Good afternoon. Today we'll be talking about a new topic, new political topic, of course, uh, that is happening already within the arena of the American politics. Uh, Specifically, I'll be talking about the chances of the former U.S. President, President Donald Trump, of winning the nomination of the Republican Party for the 2024 U.S. presidency. This is my own political analysis. From my point of view, I believe that his chances will be determined by the outcome of two battles or two wars. The first war that he is fighting right now, it is a legal war or the legal battle, all right? And the second battle would be the political battle. So in according to what's happening today, that's what I wrote in my brief analysis. Today in the U.S. political arena, it is fair to conclude that the future of the former President Donald Trump bidding for the 2024 presidency will be determined by the outcome of these two battles. The first one is an ongoing legal battle between two main actors here within the United States domestic political arena. The first one, of course, is the Department of Justice, the DOJ. And the second one, of course, or the second party, will be what will be the former President Trump himself. The Department of Justice is investigating Donald Trump for two crimes. Two crimes. The first crime has to do with his mishandling, Donald Trump mishandling of the classified documents during his presidency, and the revealing of national security information to the U.S. enemy or to the state enemies, particularly or namely the Russian Federation. This is the first crime. So the first crime has to do with his mishandling of these top secret information, and then revealing the top secret information, and then the mishandling of these declassified. They are declassified documents which have not been classified yet, and he has never taken any step to declassify them. And then what happened that he has transferred all of these top secret information, all of these top secret documents at the end of his presidency to his own personal residency down in Florida, which is another crime. All right. So the question, of course, there are so many questions. What Donald Trump was trying to do with this information? Why did he keep this information with him? Why didn't he keep it the way? Why didn't he hand them out, for example? All right. And then later on, they will be declassified by the future president of the United States. But he did not do that. So this is the first problem with Donald Trump. And it is not. It is a very serious problem. It is a very serious problem. The second problem that goes within the so-called legal war that is being fought today between Donald Trump and between the Department of Justice has to do with his possible interference, direct interference, indirect interference. And we're talking about interference, you're talking about either about physical interference, or you're talking about verbal interference. Interference of whom? Interference of the former President Donald Trump with the democratic transfer of the presidential power on January 6th of 2021. All right. So what was supposed to happen in January 6th of 2021? That was the end. That was basically the end of his presidential era. And what was happening on the day is what happened for the last decade since his establishment of the United States, which is the transferring of political power. All right. Which is basically honoring, all right, the outcome of the democratic process, which basically has ended his presidential era and opened the page of the history of the United States for a new era, and that would be the era of the current president Joe Biden. He has never accepted. He has never accepted the outcome of this voting process. As a matter of fact, furthermore, he has always contested the outcome, and he has always claimed that these outcomes are not legitimate, all right? And the election was stolen from him, according to his own perception. The problem with Donald Trump that he tried to transfer this personal perception to his own followers. Large number of his followers believe in him. They believe in him, and until today they believe in him. And they have decided to join him in their quote-unquote strive for saving United States. by first stopping this process that has to do with the transferring of political power. So on January 6th of 2021, Donald Trump did not use his presidential power to stop his allies from attacking the federal political institution of the United States, namely the U.S. Congress. All right. So here, what the Department of Justice is trying to do is trying to establish, all right, several facts over here. He's trying to see, okay, he's trying to establish the following: that Donald Trump get involved, yes or no? Well, would we consider, for example, would we consider Donald Trump as a co-partner of these his American supporters who attacked first the U.S. Congress and then tried to kidnap and hurt or harm the U.S. Congress members? All right. So with the appointment of the Special Counsel, now just before we move on to the special counsel, so these are the main roots of the legal battle that is taking place today between Donald Trump on the one hand and the Department of Justice on the other hand. All right, so what is the end? How are we going to solve this problem? With his announcement, this is Donald Trump announcement, the former president announcement of his intention to run for the presidency in 2024, this is right away turn on the red light for the Department of Justice that they must take further steps to finalize this legal investigation. And in order to do that, what they have done, they have appointed the special counsel. The special counsel, Jack Smith, who's seen as a neutral legal entity that has nothing to do with, that is not affiliated or associated with the main political contenders here, okay, that we have, that I've just right now described.